Hey folks, Jamie Caldwell here. Another new product Minn Kota came out with for the Talon for 2012 is the tilt bracket. We're going to go through an installation process today. I'll show you how to install this. What this is going to allow you to do is when you need to get under those low clearances, basically be able to push a button back here, tilt the Talon forward into the deck, get through that obstacle, and then stand it right back up. You're ready to go. When you get your Minn Kota tilt bracket, inside the box is the items you'll find. Your tilt bracket, adjustable deck support, mounting hardware, and your mounting instructions. Additional tools that you'll need: half-inch socket wrench, half-inch box wrench, and a 3/16 Allen key. Since my Talon's already installed on my boat, the first process to install the new tilt bracket will be to remove the Talon from the quick release bracket. Now, Minn Kota recommends that your Talon be set 4 inches above the pad. Since I've already got that height set, a little shortcut to get right back to where I need to be, since we have to remove it all from the bracket, is going to be to take a tape measure and go ahead and measure the distance from the ground to the bottom of your Talon, make a note so that when we put everything back together, we can get right back to that point. Another little shortcut is to take your top locking nut and go ahead and make some marks on your Talon and the nut with a Sharpie or a paint marker so that you have a good starting point when we start to put everything back together and you can get dialed back in. Now we're going to remove the Talon from the quick release bracket. To do this, go ahead and loosen and remove your bottom locking nut. Then, one at a time, loosen each of the 4 nylon locking nuts. Next, we'll slide the Talon out of its bracket and place it on the back deck. Now, with our Talon removed from the quick release bracket, we're going to go ahead and remove the quick release bracket from the jack plate mount. To do this, you'll need your half-inch socket and your half-inch box wrench. To save time, I went ahead and removed all the hardware except this one. Now, as you remove the hardware, go ahead and place it somewhere because you will be using this hardware again in a minute. Go ahead and take your quick release bracket and just set it to the side for now. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is take your quick release bracket and we're going to mount it to the jack plate mount. Now, make sure when you do this that the button is on the outside and that it faces into the boat. So the way it should look is just like that. We're going to go ahead and mount this to the jack plate mount, and we're going to use the new hardware that was provided. Now, a little trick. If you take a long screwdriver, just place it inside this top hole. It will keep this open so that you can work. Now, what you do need to do, though, on the new hardware is take it and mount it from the inside of the bracket to the outside. Now your nuts and washers are going to be on this outside. So go ahead and place a nut in there. Washer, nut. Place it on the inside. We're going to mount it too. Place a washer and place a nylon locking nut. Go ahead and do that for all 4. And then tighten them down. Once you've tightened down all four screws on your tilt bracket, it should look just like this. Your release lever should be pointing inboard to the boat, and it should release this way. Once that's complete, we're going to go ahead and take our quick release bracket place it on top of the tilt bracket. The hardware that we had from before, nut and washer, go ahead and place them from the inside to the back. Another washer and nylon locking nut. Go ahead and do that from the inside out on all four, and then go ahead and get them snug down. When tightening down your hardware to mount the quick release bracket to your tilt bracket, the easiest way to do that is to lock your tilt bracket in, take the opened end of your box wrench, and place it from top to bottom on the inside, and same from the bottom. Now, once all the hardware is tightened and everything's good to go ahead and lock that into position. Next thing we're going to do is, if you remember when we started, we placed those marks on our upper stop nut. We're going to go ahead and remove this upper stop nut now from the Talon. So loosen it up, remove it completely from our Talon. Now we're going to take the adjustable deck support and slide it onto the Talon in a perpendicular manner. Now that it's on there, go ahead and slide it up towards the top of the Talon, about 8 to 10 inches from the top cover. And then just go ahead and finger tighten the screw. We're going to come back and adjust that in a minute. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our upper stop nut and we're going to slide it back onto the Talon. Put it back to our marked location. Go ahead and snug it down. Now we're ready to place the Talon back into the mounting bracket. Once you've slid your Talon back into the quick release bracket, go ahead and tighten down all four nylon locking nuts. Replace your bottom locking nut. Go ahead and snug it down. Ensure that your top one is secure. And then, prior to that, you want to double check your measurement prior to locking everything down. There may be a slight adjustment of about 1/8 of an inch. Alright, now that everything's locked down, we're going to go ahead and adjust our deck support. Let's go ahead and press your release button, bring the Talon onto the back deck, ensure that you have clearance for anything that may be on the back of your boat. Once you find that suitable location for your back deck support, then you're going to go ahead and take your 3/16 Allen key and go ahead and snug this down. Now, once you snug this down, rotate it back up into the locked position, and for travel, that's how it'll store. So again, very easy to use, very easy to install. When you need to deploy it, all you have to do now is come up, push a button, rotate your deck stop into position, allow your Talon to lay on the deck, get underneath whatever low obstacle that you have, come right back here, pull it right back up, and then store your upper deck support.